Hello, welcome to this video. I'm Anabrese, and today I'm going to show you how to align with your true North Star. So we're just about into a new year, 2022, and many of us are feeling a calling to be more of the authentic expression of our true selves and just find our way, find what our true North Star is. So I'm going to show you basically where you've been in the past and how the evolution of humanity is really to move forward into this more enlightened phase of being where we are all going to feel more aligned with who we are at the core level, our essential self, our essential being. So first of all, you're born here. Here you are. And in the past, before that, before birth, you've got your ancestors and your past lives as well. And basically, you're born here. And throughout your childhood, your influences are mainly your parents and your schooling. So you absorb, like a sponge, a lot of the belief systems that your parents had. And it's quite an interesting thing to do, actually, is just sometimes objectively look at your parents and see, where they came from. Why do they believe what they believe? And why did their lives become what they became? No judgment whatsoever, but it's just good to look at, what created the personality and the belief systems that your parents might have, and also how you've adopted those. So basically, our schooling and our parenting um, starts to shape us, starts to shape who we are, and we become identified with the belief systems and become this personal sense of self here. And so we're going along in life and attracting experiences based on our belief systems and our patterns of behavior. And any trauma that we experience as well is also part of that makeup. It becomes sort of embodied in our chemistry, in our energy systems, and this can affect future relationships. It can affect future choices in many ways if this trauma isn't actually dealt with at the core level. So if we don't do the healing, i.e., the inner work, spiritual work, emotional and mental balancing, if we don't address that, then a lot of these old patterns just keep playing themselves out and spoiling, our present current relationships or situations in life. So we want to address any trauma that might have happened. And then what happens for many of us and many of you in this particular lifetime, in this particular age, is that we have a point where, something happens, and it could be linked to a traumatic incident, but we have some kind of awakening happen. And this awakening, creates a complete paradox to what we've been experiencing so far. It's a contrast to everything that we've experienced, everything that we've known, everything we've believed in. And so awakening is the realization that this person here that we thought we were isn't actually who we think we are. And that a lot of the belief systems are what created this personal sense of self, this personal identity. So the awakening is the beginning of a process of deconstructing all of this. It's basically the dissolving and the dissolution of all the past programming that we've inherited, and even before this lifetime. So awakening gives us the opportunity, and this may present itself in a unique lifetime. It's a unique opportunity if this happens to you, because not everybody has this experience. So if you're fortunate enough to have an awakening or a realization, any type of awakening or epiphany at some point in your life, that, oh, actually, I get to decide who I wish to become. I get to decide, um, you know, how I want to live. I get to decide how I want to show up in my relationships. I get to decide many things. So this is what happens when we have this awakening or epiphany. So here we are, and there's the light bulb going off. So it's like, this epiphany happens. And then we are given the opportunity to heal and, address some of this past programming that might still be lingering. So the healing is an opportunity to address that and start to, connect through meditation, through awareness practices, through listening to the masters, the teachings. We start to get the opportunity to align and become more aligned with our core essential being, our core essential self that is beyond the thoughts, that is beyond the programming and the patterns. So as we kind of align with that sense of being, where there's no judgment, where there's no fixed identity, it's not a fixed thing. Identity can come and go. Of course, it's not that it completely disappears. You're still going to have thoughts, you're still going to have feelings, but you're going to have the emotional intelligence through the awakening practice. The meditation is going to bring you into more of a state of awareness where you're there before the thoughts. You're the witness. You're the one that is prior to the thoughts and the emotions. And so you have an opportunity to become more more aware and to look at some of these thoughts and programs that you may still be living out. But through the meditation process, you're actually dissolving and aligning more to your core essence of who you are. So you're on this aligned path now where you're looking to stay in balance. You know you're not your mental and emotional processes. It doesn't mean that they still don't happen. Of course they do, but you're not as identified with them. Okay, so many teachers like Muji and let's see, Rupert Shira go into detail about this, and Bentinho Massaro. So you start to recognize that you're not this, and you become aligned with a new timeline of the divine self. You're aligning to the timeline of the divine self, and you're starting this new trajectory with the new version of self with a capital S. So you start to realize that you are, in fact, the creator of your reality. You have the opportunity from an awakened state of being, from a non-judgmental always state of being, because the first thing is to always accept where you are, lovingly accept where you are and who you are at this point in time. There's absolutely no judgment. There's zero judgment in all of these processes, just to be clear, okay? There's no judgment in, where you've come from, your parents, your ancestors, anything like that. Life is an experience of the evolution of the soul, and it's illusory in a sense. This world is illusory, but we're here. It's a construct that we get to play and be creative, and so when we realize that we're the ones in charge of that, through this awakening process, then it's really up to us to create the kind of lives, or just show up in the world as the best version of who we can be. A loving, compassionate, kind, caring, being. Not really a person, because you're not the person anymore. But there's expressions that come and go all the time, but and you've recognized that you're not what's appearing. So you're never anything that's appearing. You're beyond appearances. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful. And then really what you're doing is aligning to your true North Star. You've heard that expression, aligning to your true north. And if you like, you can also, there's a little bit of truth in this because there's no mistake about the time that you were born. You know, all of us being here on this planet at this time is an incredible opportunity because of what's going on and the way the world is changing today. So you can look up your North Node with the astrology, and that's quite helpful to maybe get an insight into, you know, your particular path for this lifetime. So that's all I want to say with this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I just want to take this opportunity to invite you into my First Steps 2022 program, which is a quick jumpstart into the new year. And it's 4 weeks long. And it's really to give you an opportunity to test drive one-to-one coaching, especially if you've never actually had a coach before. It can be very enlightening, very supportive, very empowering to have someone there that you can bounce your ideas off. So I'm going to leave the details to that below this video, and you can check it out, see if it resonates for you. I'm also happy to just go on a quick 30-minute Zoom call with you to chat about, you know, where you're at and, you know, what you're looking to do in the next few months, 2022. So have a look at that, and please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. This helps with the algorithms and all that, and helps other people see this content who might enjoy it. So thank you very much for joining me, and namaste. Take care. Bye.